All right, what's going on, everybody? We are inside of the trailer. Got everything cleaned out of it. Now just gonna kind of figure out how to get this guy out. So I think it's gonna require a drill and not really sure what else, but it is warmer outside, but it is windy, very, very windy. Looks like we might have some lag bolts holding this joker in. Good news is that it was built well. So we're gonna get all the tools and stuff situated. I've got to buy 2 more U brackets like this so I can have it here and here. And then we'll kind of have to measure before I buy those to make sure that that can even stay and without hitting the roof of the car. So yeah, we're gonna grab some tools and figure out what we can do here. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, so we got a drill, and we're just gonna start taking this thing apart until we can get it opened up enough to us to get it off the wall, I guess. It's kind of a shame that we're not able to keep this, because it would be nice to have that storage, but we do have what I would consider plenty of storage up in the front. Just trying to get a decent little layout of how this thing is in here. So I know the most efficient way of removing it. Now this is the part of carpentry that I'm decent at. I can do some demo, but if I had to build this, we'd be in some trouble. And yeah, maybe our next trailer, some years down the road, or whenever we move up into a bigger class, whatever happens type deal, we'll get obviously a bigger trailer. It would have been, nice to get a 20 by 8.5, box trailer. But financially, this is about the peak of what we could accomplish. And I mean, it's a great trailer. This is a 2018 model, I believe. Does not have a lot of use on it. A lot of the features inside of here are still, newish looking. The wood inside, I don't know if that's particularly my favorite. over, you know, the full sheet metal, but it doesn't much make a difference, I guess, because, I mean, with it being wood, we do have the ability to hang pegboard and stuff like that, which I've got a bunch of pegboard that's going to go in here. So, you know, we're just going to do what we always do. Do the best we can with what we got. And I'm grateful to have this thing. You know, we were here in North Carolina. We were open trailer shopping because that was about where our budget was. And went down to Florida to visit with my grandparents. And I figured, hey, while I'm down here, I might as well check out what your guys' prices on, you know, trailers and stuff like that are. And it was much more reasonable. You know, kind of the price that we got for this was less than I would have paid for some of these open trailers that have the tire racks and stuff like that already on them. So, very grateful for this find, very grateful that we were able to make it happen. And super grateful to the previous owner of this trailer. He was very helpful in the getting this thing to us process. He took care of us pretty good. Gonna have to shut this side door here in a second though, because it is getting a little brisk with the wind blowing outside. It's kind of just funneling through. So we'll get that shut down, and hopefully we won't have a wind tunnel type deal. But having the closed trailer, it's going to be very nice, especially for if we go to a race and it ends up getting rained out, or if it's just scorched earth hot outside, we'll have somewhere to hide from it, you know. So that'll be nice. That once I get these last couple screws out, I'll be able to take this face part off. But again, I don't really know how this thing is in here, so I don't know if that's how this works. We do have these little loops, which I didn't even think of. I would have grabbed a screwdriver. but luckily I think the edges drill will do the exact job that we need it to. Oh, we have movement. Okay. I'm trying to take this out in the most logical way possible, so that way when we're done, if this thing is still, you know, pretty well put together, we might be able to sell it to somebody, or heck, we might even put it back together inside the shop if we can find somewhere for it. But all of that is a little above my pay grade at the moment. And I feel coming here pretty soon, I will have, hey, come on out of there. We are going to have to start moving this stuff out of the trailer so I can get to the sides of it. But for the moment, we're not there yet. It's unpleasant on the ears. Tricky. Okay. We're gonna have to find out, kind of go through it, figure out what's in the keep pile and what's in the throwaway pile. Drink here. So, in hopes that this video isn't 6 hours and 32 minutes long and takes you guys, 4 days to watch it and me, 6 weeks to edit it, I'm gonna go ahead and cut here. Just remove a couple more screws, and then I'll probably go in and time lapse me kind of doing the big removal part. So we'll catch up with you then. So we have made significant progress, but we have run into a significant problem. This is as far as I can go nicely, I think. I don't really know. So there's lags that run through certain parts that are holding this thing down. And I can't find a socket that I have that's thin enough to squeeze through there and big enough to actually go over the top of it. I also can't really figure out what size that bolt is, the Lagstub bolt. I can't really get anything in there to it. But I don't think it's the size that I have in my hand, that much. So I'm not really sure where that's going to leave us. But I'm going to have to do something. Might have to take a big drill bit or something, drill into it. And if I can't get it, I'm just going to have to start taking hammers and whacking wood pieces off. That part came out kind of nice. I don't know if that means this one will too. Nope. Yeah, that joker broke. So, yeah, I mean, I've already started doing it like this, so I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse. I'm probably gonna get some ear protection because it is very loud when that wood is hitting the ground here. If I'm sitting here smacking wood with a hammer, I don't imagine that it's going to be pleasant on my ears. So I'm gonna get you guys on time lapse, and I'm just gonna beat this the rest of the way out, and then I guess the rest of this just kind of turns into firewood at that point. So it is what it is, but it's got to go. So it's got to go. All right. So that took care of about 90% of what we need to get going. Now I think I'm gonna have to get a pry bar, crowbar, something, and peel these jokers off from the back. I really don't know what's holding some of these on. Maybe just pressure, or maybe it's the screw that could be holding it on there, I guess. In there. I don't even know how they got that thing in there. That's a crazy angle. This one's a little bit more straight up and down ish. Maybe. Well, maybe that's an option. Maybe I won't need to crowbar it. It's gonna take some crowbar, because I'm pretty sure that thing's maybe in from the back. really beat in there. The only problem with that is this is pretty soft wood, so. All that was doing was boring around it. I could blow it out around it, maybe. I'll get close. Nope. What size is this? 3/8. As you guys can hopefully tell by now, I don't have a lot of carpentry tools. And automotive tools just sometimes aren't it. So I'm gonna go get a crowbar. All right, so I got a crowbar and a couple of pry bars. If I can't get it done with this stuff, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll at least be able to figure out what size it is. And certainly isn't that. Ooh, easy doggy. Hey, and the right size all along. Just it's too fat and not long enough to get in there. All right. So one leg out. That joker. Go over there. Ow. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna cut this back off while I do some reevaluating, see what I come up with, and I'll get you guys back in here with the low-level projectiles that I'll possibly be seeing. This is a perfect job for my Coburn windshields, keeping my eyes protected from any small splinter wooden pieces that might be flying off trying to take my eyesight from me. But I'm gonna get back and see what I can find out here. Okay, so it's been said once, it's been said 1,000 times. The wrong tool for the job makes the right job wrong. So, just really put my brain into let's get this job done right mode, and we found the right tool. I had the exact socket that I needed to go in and get those big lags out without hurting the trailer walls any more than we already have, and getting this whole piece out. So, that is good news. Bad news is I have a lumber yard underneath this workbench and beyond it that I need to move before I can probably get this out. So I'm gonna set you guys up outside the trailer so I can get inside the trailer cleaned up enough to get this workbench up, maybe, and get all this wood out. Excuse me. And then we should be ready to rock and roll. So I guess we'll just try that. Well, right here I can stand up straight. We got the cabinet out. We got a piece of our pegboard hung. I've got another piece I'm gonna hang along the rest of the side over there. I might have to turn it to make sure I don't get into where that top cabinet swings open. But took the leaf blower and the broom, got it all swept and blown out, and starting to look like a race car trailer again. Or I guess not again, but for the first time it's starting to look like a race car trailer. Still got to do something about this stuff here. Not quite sure. Actually, no, I ain't bringing any extra with me. For the time being, I'll probably just put that together just like that to get it out of the way. Because this joker's almost got me in the face about, I don't know, 176,000 times. So we'll get this out of the way for now. But with where we're at right now, I think this is a perfect place to kind of stop for lunch, regroup a little bit, rehab some of the shop out there, and then maybe once we're done with lunch, come in and start putting stuff in the trailer, just to see how it all fit, kind of get it sized up, whatnot. So that'll probably be what we do, and well, we're just gonna do it, I guess. I don't know. This is fun though.